Have you ever found yourself reaching for the lamp more often lately? Or perhaps squinting at the morning paper even though you are wearing your usual glasses? Do you sometimes feel like the world is becoming just a little bit dimmer or fuzzier around the edges, but you tell yourself it is just a normal part of getting older? What if I told you that your own brain might be playing a clever trick on you, hiding the fact that your sight is slipping away right before your eyes? Today, we are going to talk about a silent change that affects millions of us as we move into our golden years. And it is something that many doctors do not spend enough time explaining. It is the phenomenon of gradual vision loss, and the reason it goes unnoticed for so long is actually quite fascinating and a bit sneaky. It might not just be your eyes getting tired. There could be a specific way your brain is compensating for the decline, making you believe everything is fine until it is almost too late. In this video, we are going to uncover 7 reasons why your vision might be failing without you realizing it, and I will show you exactly what you can do to protect your sight and keep your independence for years to come. By the time we finish, you will know the subtle signs to look for and the simple habits that can actually help strengthen your visual health. Before we dive into these eye-opening details, if you care about staying healthy and independent as you age, consider subscribing to our channel and turning on notifications because we share the kind of senior health tips that often get overlooked in a standard checkup. And let me ask you, are you watching from the United States, the UK, Canada, or somewhere else? Please drop a comment below with where you are joining us from, as I am always curious how far our senior health community reaches. Let us start with the first and perhaps most surprising reason why vision loss stays hidden, and that is what I like to call the brain's internal photo editor. You see, our brains are incredibly protective and do not like to show us a broken picture of the world. When your eyes begin to develop small blind spots or areas of blurriness, your brain does not just show you a black hole in your vision. Instead, it uses a process called filling in, where it looks at the surrounding colors and patterns and simply invents what it thinks should be there. It is much like how a photo editing software can remove a person from a background and fill in the grass behind them. This is amazing for keeping us from panicking, but it is dangerous because you could be losing significant portions of your visual field without ever seeing a gap. Think of Margaret, a lovely woman I know who loved to knit. She thought she was just getting a bit clumsy because she kept dropping her needles, but in reality, her brain was smoothing over the growing gaps in her central vision caused by early macular degeneration. She did not see shadows. She just saw a slightly less detailed world. The takeaway here is that you cannot always trust what you see. It is vital to test each eye individually by covering one at a time while looking at a straight line, like a door frame or a window. If that straight line looks wavy or disappears, your brain is likely filling in the blanks and it is time to see a specialist. Remember, it is not too late to catch these things early, and modern treatments are more effective than ever at slowing things down. Moving on to the second reason, we have to talk about the deceptive power of the dominant eye. Most of us have one eye that is slightly stronger than the other, and as we age, if one eye begins to fail, the stronger eye will often work overtime to compensate. You might go through your entire day feeling like your vision is perfectly sharp because your good eye is doing all the heavy lifting. This creates a false sense of security. It is like a pair of dancers where one is injured, but the other is so strong they keep the performance going without anyone in the audience noticing. However, this places an immense strain on your brain and your stronger eye, which can lead to headaches, neck pain, and profound fatigue by the end of the day. You might think you are just tired from the day, or that your neck is stiff from sleeping wrong, but the real culprit is your eyes struggling to work as a team. A study published in the Journal of Ophthalmology found that seniors often lose up to 40% of vision in one eye before they even realize something is wrong because the other eye is masking the defect. To combat this, try a simple check once a week. While watching television, cover your left eye for a minute, then your right. If you notice a significant difference in clarity or brightness between the two, your stronger eye has been hiding a secret from you. Catching this imbalance early means you can get the right prescription or treatment to balance things out, which reduces strain and helps you stay active without that nagging afternoon exhaustion. Now let us look at the third reason, which is the subtle loss of contrast sensitivity. This is not about blurriness, but rather about how well you can distinguish an object from its background. Imagine looking at a white plate on a white tablecloth, or trying to see a gray curb on a rainy evening. As we age, the lens of the eye can become slightly yellowed or cloudy, which acts like a permanent pair of muddy sunglasses. Because this happens over many years, you do not wake up one day and notice the world is gray. Instead, you slowly stop doing things that require high contrast. You might find yourself avoiding driving at night because the road seems to disappear, or you might stop reading books with small print because the black letters seem to fade into the white page. Many seniors tell me they just feel less confident on their feet, and they blame it on weak legs or poor balance. But often, the problem is that they can no longer see the subtle changes in the texture of the floor or the height of a step. It is like walking through a perpetual fog that you have grown used to. To help with this, you can make small but powerful changes in your home right now. Use high contrast colors, like putting a dark mat on a light floor, or using a brightly colored tape on the edge of your stairs. This gives your eyes the help they need to navigate safely. Growing older does not mean giving up your mobility, it just means using smarter strategies like these to stay safe and steady on your feet. The fourth point is one that is often called the silent thief of sight, and that is the gradual loss of peripheral vision. This is most commonly associated with glaucoma. The reason it goes unnoticed is that humans are naturally focused on what is right in front of them. We use our central vision for reading, cooking, and looking at faces, while our side vision is there to detect movement and keep us oriented. When peripheral vision starts to fade, it happens from the outside in, very slowly, like a curtain slowly closing over a window. You might not notice the curtain moving until only a small circle in the middle is left. This is incredibly dangerous because it increases your risk of falls and car accidents. You might start bumping into furniture or failing to see someone walking towards you from the side. You might think you are just becoming a bit scatterbrained or uncoordinated, but it is actually your visual field shrinking. Science tells us that by the time a person notices their peripheral vision is gone, they may have already lost up to 60% of their optic nerve fibers. But do not let that scare you. Let it empower you. Regular eye pressure checks are quick and painless, and if caught early, this can be managed easily with simple eye drops. It is all about being proactive. Think of it as a tune-up for your eyes so they can keep serving you for the rest of your long, healthy life. If you are finding these insights helpful so far, please give this video a thumbs up because it really helps us reach more seniors who might be struggling in silence. And if you have not yet, do subscribe for more health wisdom that helps you take charge of your well-being. We are halfway through our list, and these next few points are the ones people most often overlook. The fifth reason why vision loss goes unnoticed is our incredible ability to adapt our habits without even thinking about it. Humans are masters of adaptation. If you find it hard to see the television, you might subconsciously move your chair a foot closer. If the font on your phone is too small, you might start using a magnifying glass or just checking your messages less often. You might stop going to the theater because the dim lighting makes you feel uneasy. These are all small withdrawals from the life you love, but you might label them as just getting older or losing interest in old hobbies. This is a trap. You are not losing interest. You are losing the visual ease that made those activities enjoyable. I once spoke with a gentleman named Arthur who had stopped gardening, his favorite lifelong hobby. He told me he was just too old for the bending and the heat. But after he finally got a new pair of glasses that corrected his depth perception, he realized he had actually stopped gardening because he could no longer tell the difference between the weeds and his prized flowers. Once he could see clearly again, his energy returned, and he was back in his garden the very next week. Do not let your world shrink because of your vision. If you find yourself avoiding activities you once loved, ask yourself if it is truly a lack of interest, or if your eyes are making the task harder than it needs to be. Making a change might be as simple as getting a better desk lamp or a new prescription, and it can give you back your favorite pastimes. Next, we must talk about the impact of modern technology and what it does to our perception of our own sight. We spend a lot of time looking at screens these days, whether it is a tablet, a smartphone, or a television. These devices are backlit, which makes them very easy to see even if your vision is declining. This can mask problems that would be obvious if you were reading a traditional paper book. The bright light from the screen forces your pupils to constrict, which can temporarily sharpen your focus and hide the fact that your eyes are struggling. However, this leads to significant digital eye strain. You might experience dry eyes, burning sensations, or blurred vision after looking at a screen, and you might dismiss it as just part of the digital age. But for a senior, this strain can hide the early signs of cataracts or dry eye syndrome. The blue light emitted by these screens can also interfere with your sleep patterns, and we know that poor sleep leads to slower healing and more inflammation throughout the body, including the eyes. A simple rule to follow is the 20-20-20 rule. Every 20 minutes, look at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds. This allows your eye muscles to relax and helps you stay aware of how your vision feels when it is not being propped up by a bright screen. It is a small habit that can make a huge difference in your daily comfort and long-term eye health. The seventh reason involves the vital role of nutrition and how a lack of certain nutrients can cause a slow, painless decline that feels like natural aging, but is actually a deficiency. Our eyes have a very high metabolic rate, which means they need a constant supply of specific antioxidants to protect them from light damage. Two of the most important are lutein and zeaxanthin. Think of these like internal sunglasses that live inside your retina. As we get older, our bodies become less efficient at absorbing these from food, and if we are not eating enough dark leafy greens or colorful vegetables, our internal sunglasses start to wear thin. This leads to increased sensitivity to glare and a harder time recovering your vision after seeing a bright light, like the headlights of an oncoming car. Researchers at Harvard have found that seniors with higher levels of these nutrients in their system have a significantly lower risk of developing advanced vision loss. It is not just about eating carrots. It is about fueling your eyes with the right building blocks. Adding a daily serving of spinach, kale, or even orange bell peppers can provide the protection your eyes are craving. It is a simple, delicious way to take control. You are not just eating a salad, you are fortifying your sight. It might feel a bit overwhelming to realize how many ways our vision can quietly slip away, but remember that knowledge is your greatest tool. Now that you are aware of how the brain fills in gaps, how the dominant eye hides weaknesses, and how our habits adapt to a dimmer world, you are no longer in the dark. You have the power to spot these changes and take action. To recap our main strategies, make sure you test each eye individually every week to catch any hidden gaps. Stay aware of changes in how you perceive contrast and color, and do not just dismiss it as old age. Keep your home bright and high contrast to stay safe and mobile. Do not ignore the silent loss of side vision and keep up with your regular eye pressure checks. Pay attention to the habits you are changing and ask yourself if your eyes are the reason you are doing less. Use the 20-20-20 rule to protect yourself from digital strain, and finally, feed your eyes the nutrients they need to stay strong. These are all small, manageable steps that add up to a lifetime of clear sight and independence. I know that growing older can sometimes feel like a series of losses, and the fear of losing your vision is one of the most significant concerns many of us face. It can feel scary to think about the world becoming less clear or having to rely on others more. But I want you to hear this clearly. You are not alone in this journey, and it is absolutely not too late to make a positive change. Your body is remarkably resilient, and your eyes are no exception. By making these small adjustments and staying vigilant, you are taking a stand for your future self. Imagine being able to see the fine details in a loved one's face, the vibrant colors of a sunset, or the clear text of your favorite book for many, many years to come. That is the reward for the attention you give your health today. Every better food choice you make and every proactive checkup you schedule is a victory. You are not just aging, you are evolving and using smarter strategies to live your best life. You have so much more to see and so much more to contribute to the world. Now, I would love to hear from you. Which of these 7 points surprised you the most? Have you noticed any of these subtle changes in your own vision, or perhaps in a loved one? Please share your story or any questions in the comments below. I read every single one because our community grows stronger when we share our experiences and learn from one another. Your comment might be the exact piece of encouragement someone else needs to hear today. If this video helped you or opened your eyes to something new, please hit the like button, as that helps others find this vital information. And if you have not joined our family yet, please subscribe and turn on those notifications so you never miss out on our science-backed tips for thriving in your golden years. If you are still with me and you are determined to protect your vision and stay independent, type a 1 in the comments to affirm your commitment to your health. If you have any doubts or questions, feel free to type a 0 and tell me what is on your mind. Your voice truly matters here. Keep taking those small, intentional steps for your health every single day. They might seem minor in the moment, but they add up to giant strides in your freedom and quality of life. Stay strong, stay healthy, and remember that your independence is worth every effort. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.